This coming Saturday will mark 70 years since I became a Passionist. 70 years of wonderful change, but even that novitiate year was already a great moment of inspiration as well as information. It was the year of St. Vincent Stramby being beatified. It was the year of Maria Goretti being canonized. It was the year that Pius XII declared a holy year in preparation for the Feast of the Assumption and the declaration that the Assumption of Mary is a dogma of our Church. But the next 70 years are just as filled with excitement and whirlwind experiences, as we well know, over these times. And I think back of the wonderful experience of the Holy Year of 1954, the Marian year, and I think of the excitement in all the Church in 1962 when we began the Vatican Council, a moment that lives in most of our memories, either for those that are in favor of it and still want the spirit of it to go on, like Pope Francis does, or those that are still somewhat dragging their feet in terms of any kind of good change. I think about the other times in this period of 70 years. The popes that we had, John the 23rd, what a tremendous experience. And I was in Rome at the time when he was elected, and I also was in Rome at the time when Paul VI was elected and refused to use a tiara. He would not use that tiara. He gave it to the Japanese who had made it. In so many different ways, those years were just filled. The document in Vatican II was bringing out about religious life to go back to your roots. Go back to your roots. We especially were interested in the fact that we were declared an apostolic community after the work of Father Paul Boyle, our general at the time. It also was a great moment when we received a new rule in 1983, so that we would have a way to enter into the post-Vatican II period in a more up-to-date way. But it was really, I think, in terms of what was happening in terms of the theology of Vatican II coming to fruition. We began to hear words like, the Passion is a dangerous memory. We loved it as a devotion. We always will hold it as the devotion. We'll never give up the Rosary and the sorrowful mysteries. Never give up the $7 beads, the Divine Mercy, any of those great moments when we enter into the deep and wonderful life of St. Paul of the Cross's love of the Passion of Jesus and into the love of Jesus himself. But above all, we learned in a very special way how expanding the understanding of the Passion brought us to the passion of the earth, brought us to the passion of the environment around us, brought us to the passion of the poor. It gave us a social dimension to our understanding, as well as a psychological understanding of the suffering of people in the world. And we understood that phrase of St. Paul the Cross better, that somehow the Passion is written on the foreheads of the poor. It helped my preaching tremendously as we expanded in our missions, our retreat, our spiritual direction, helping others to come to a better and more beautiful understanding of the great love our Lord has for us in the Passion. When I think about these 70 years, though, nothing will ever replace what it was to live in a community of men, great men, saints all, in so many different ways. This was a time when I just was so delighted to be in Rome with Father Theodore Foley. I was delighted to be such a wonderful friend of Father Sylvan Rouse. I was so delighted with my walks in Rome with Father Barnabas Ahern as he explained the Vatican II to me. But it isn't just the brilliant men or the very seemingly famous men. It's the people I really love, like Benedict Palese, our lovely brother who went to every Steeler game he could ever go to. And I love especially Brother Joe Holzer, who had to go every day to make sure that he had the number for several people on Southside. I loved certainly all the wonderful works of Father Michael Anthony as he sat in Union City, and all the poor and the children came to him. And who couldn't forget Father Anthony Neary, sitting at the front desk here in St. Paul's Monastery with a whole sheaf of people to call who needed someone to talk to. This is my remembrance of these 70 years as being a Passionist, thanking God for the gift to be the community of saints, and asking God in the time that may be allotted to me that I may keep to the legacy of our great founder, St. Paul of the Cross.
And so on behalf of the entire province of St. Paul of the Cross, I want to congratulate today our Jubilarians, Tim Firtzgerald, Vincent Youngberg, Vincent Boney, Kenan Peters, John Cashman, Richard Milepa, Patrick Geisner, and Carlos Rodriguez. And so we are filled with gratitude and we are inspired by your lives, the years and years of service, your prayer, identifying yourself with Jesus crucified, and your willingness to walk with the crucified of today. So we celebrate today as a province, and we wish that each of you celebrates well with your community and gives thanks, as we do today, for the great gift of your vocation as Passionists. Y hoy queremos felicitarles a nuestros hermanos que están cumpliendo los años de servicio, de compromiso y de sacrificio. Y gracias a ustedes por las vidas y los años, tantos años que ustedes habían servido al Señor, a nuestra comunidad y a los crucificados de hoy. So, felicidades, gracias por todo, gracias por la inspiración y seguimos adelante para servir al Señor y al reino de Dios.